Seasons lost. In Austin, I saw, pause. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin dog dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving the raiment and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and sorry I missed you guys yesterday, but I was a little bit under the weather. Dude, this weather needs to make a decision. Hot, cold. Pick one. Pick one. I don't care what it is. I was not feeling good. Ace was not feeling good. I was babying him. He was babying me yesterday. And then, of course, we had our big event at Santa Fe Family Life Center yesterday. But, I'm over this weather. Bro, just decide. Whatever, hot, cold, I don't care. Make up your mind. This hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. This is this is what, May, and it should be 90 degrees and it's 65. I mean, what the hell? Cold at night, got to wear long sleeves and all that. Anyway, I'm over the weather. Over the weather. And like I said, there's an easy way for me to do this, but I hate needles. So if it wasn't for that, I could just go get shots and it would be over. But I'm not a needle guy. Not a needle guy. Can't do that. Anyway, couple things. Thunder, we did not have a show after the game Wednesday night, of course, because why would we? There's nothing for me to talk about. We spanked them, and we're going to talk a little bit about it today, not in length, because we killed them. I mean, what the hell is it to talk about? I mean, we beat the brakes off of them as we should have, the game one. But the good thing about it is we came back and did what we're supposed to do. And as I said before after game one, it's one game. It's the playoffs. Just now, we kill them by 40, whatever. It doesn't matter if you lose by 1, lose by 100. You lost. It's just one game. It doesn't really matter. You lost one game. Now, we gave them game one, as we talked about, and the frustration with the coach and all that. So that happened, okay? We're past that. And as I said after game one on this show, I said that the Thunder would win 4 out of the next 5, if not 4 in a row. Because Denver, game one, is always, as I said, games 1, games 3, games 5. Now, game 1 is really important for the opposing team, as I've said, because of the simple fact that you've got to win game 1 in order to take away home court advantage. Game 3 is the really matter. Games 3 and 5 are the real test because, number one, if you've won a game on the road, then that's your first game at home, and so you want to protect home court advantage because now that you have it. If you're the opposing team or the road team now or the original home team, and you've lost game 1 or game 2, now you've got to gain back home court advantage. So game 3 is extremely important. Now, I did not want there to be a blowout. We talked about that on the show previous to the game Wednesday night. I did not want a blowout because I wanted Jokic. You could tell they're tired. I wanted Jokic to be tired. I wanted Gordon to be tired. I wanted Russell to be tired, even though he won't. He's the Energizer Bunny. I wanted Michael Porter to be tired. I wanted Brown to be tired. I wanted everybody to be tired, including Murray. I wanted everybody tired. So I wanted to win by 10 or 12, and then they play 40 minutes again, and then we beat them and they come into game 3, and they would be exhausted. So that's kind of what I wanted. Okay, that was my scenario for what I wanted to see us. I knew we would win game 2, but I wanted it to be a closer game. I did not want it to be what it was because now they've got a chance to rest up, and they've got to go into game 3, and they're going to be more rested because they didn't have to play as much. Now, the other side is that SGA, this is his, 16th, 17th game this year that he did not play the fourth quarter. And they talk about Jokic and, him being MVP. Dude, and I talked about this a little bit today when I was at Santa Fe. I was talking to someone. I was like, listen, SGA led the league in 50-point, 40-point, 30-point, 20-point games. Plus, he tied Kevin Durant for the most consecutive 20-point games in a row at 72. Now, that's since the merger, okay? The record is Wilt Chamberlain at 123, 124, and then him again at 95, and then Oscar Robertson is next. I want to say it's 83. I want to say it's 83 or 84. It's the next. I mean, I'm talking about total record. Now, what they did is before the merger, that's what Kevin Durant tied, and that's what SGA tied after the merger. Okay, so that's what those records are dictating is after the merger. But before the merger, the overall record is Wilt Chamberlain, number one, Wilt Chamberlain, number two, Oscar Robertson, number three, and now SGA and KD are tied for number four, okay, or the fourth overall to do it at 72 straight games. So the fact that he did that, and then there's still question about Jokic, and I believe, there's a lot of, like I see, Tim Flegler, like him talking about it. It's like, bro, well, I think SGA would win, but I voted for Jokic. I think a lot of people are going to be there. What the hell? What do you mean? You think he should win, but you voted for Jokic? What the hell are you talking about? Then you're saying, I think Jokic should win. That's what you should say. Instead of, well, I think SGA wins, so I voted for Jokic. So how many guys you gave yourself an out by saying that? You lost all credibility with me. Just say that you felt Jokic should be the MVP. Not whether you think SGA should win, but you think, because a lot of you writers are going to be the exact same way, and all of you all are a certain way. So that's a bunch of crap right there, okay? If you think Jokic should be the MVP, say it with your chest. Don't say, well, I just vote. There's no reason to vote for him. They finished fourth or fifth in the league, regardless of what his record, regardless of what he did. His team didn't win. So now you're dropping the bar when all the other time is who finished first or second. You already did that. You cost Embiid a championship because the exact same way. And I've said this many times. Jokic's first MVP should have went to Giannis to build his third. His second MVP should have went to Embiid. His third one that he should have gotten in a row, they didn't give it to him and gave it to Embiid. That was a joke. He should have won that one. The one after that, to me, that was SGA. But you gave it to Jokic. Now you turn around and you want to give it to Jokic again. As I said, Stephen A. Smith has said, a lot of guys said, we all believe that SGA should have won the MVP last year. But the reason why he didn't, because Oklahoma City was not on TV. That's the reason why our coach got a lot of credit for stuff he didn't do, because he wasn't on TV. Now you're on TV. So now people are starting to see what his weaknesses are and how he is a liability to our team. And I talked to somebody earlier in the year, and they were talking about how Jokic was saying that, or the coach was talking about how, okay, well, I'm going to be totally different in the playoffs than I am in the season. No, you're not. You're still the same coach. Still making the same mistakes, still doing the same thing. So what you're telling me is when the game is on the line and we have to depend on you to call an out-of-bounds play, or we have to depend on you to make the correct decision, you're going to go by what you've done before. That's what you're telling us by your actions. Because I talked about this, and like I said the other day, after we won Game 4 against Memphis, up 2 with 7 seconds left, you put it in J-Dub's hands. What the hell are you doing? Up 1, this time you put it in Chet's hands. What the hell are you doing? I know those are your two future guys that you want to be the franchise wrapped around, J-Dub and Chet. I get that. But you're going to have the same result that you do now. You got one guy ride him. I understand you're a coach that does not know how to coach an MVP. 100%. You have no clue how to do that because you're not instinctive. As my friend Jennifer says, you don't know how to read a room. He doesn't. That's the best analogy I've ever heard about him. Mark Long, call him the minutes manager. 2 minutes too long. Sorry, he'll call me the 2 minutes too long. My guy, Nimoy, calling him the minutes manager, and her calling him he can't read the room. Those are all 3 true statements about him. And I want to go back to my friend and text him and go, hey, bro, I thought he wasn't going to do the same thing. If you got to depend on him late in games to make the correct decisions, he's not capable of doing it because he's going to do what he does. 100%. That's what he's going to do. And it's just unfortunate for us, so we just got to win games and not let it depend on what decisions he has to make at the end. He's not capable. He's not. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't read the room. He is a minutes manager, and because of that, he's a 2 minutes too long guy. It's what he is. And until he changes that, the Thunder are in trouble. Once again, this series should be 2-0. Denver fighting for their lives. Now they're still fighting because they're fighting to be what? To take back home court advantage. They still have it, but to keep it. I'm sorry, not take back, but to keep it. That's what. Hey, baby, what you doing? What you doing? That's what they're trying to do right now. Okay, and that's not going to happen. Ace, will you here? Here, let me give you one of Aunt Jen's treats. Here. Bye. See you later. Oh, that spoiled boy of mine. Anyway, so that's my thing. Okay, so when I look at the game tonight, and I look at what are our odds, and I look at what we can do or what we should do, I'm not really worried about it so much because of the simple fact that I know that SGA is going to come out and he's going to bust him in the mouth. Our other players are going to bust him in the mouth. Isaiah Joe was embarrassed. Wiggins was embarrassed. They all were embarrassed on game one. And as I've said many times, if SGA comes out and he's aggressive and he sets the tone, then that relieves J-Dub from trying to have to make decisions and all that other stuff, number one. Number two, Isaiah Joe, if he's knocking down threes, we're unbeatable. Number three, if Dort is knocking down threes, we're unbeatable. And then when you got Wiggins coming in knocking down threes, when those three guys are knocking down threes and playing great defense, we're going to win. Nobody's going to beat us if that scenario is possible. If Isaiah Joe is knocking down threes and Dort is knocking down threes, and when Wiggins in the game, he's knocking down threes, we're unbeatable. You're not going to beat us because they hit shots at critical points. Then when you add in Caruso and you add in Case and knocking down threes, you're not beating us. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Now, Boston, they have to knock down threes as a whole group. But us, SGA come out, set the tone, and start knocking down shots, then lets J-Dub relax and realizes he doesn't have to be the playmaker. That makes that correct. What's going on, Angel? How you doing? Let's go Oklahoma City. Agreed. What's happening? That's how I'm doing. Oh, I'm feeling a lot better today, Angel. I was sick as a mother yesterday. My sinuses were going crazy. That's why I didn't show up yesterday. So this is that time of year. Get revenge for the Clips. Angel says, get revenge for the Clips. I don't care about the Clippers. To me, it's the Jets, Mets, Clippers. They're all the same. They're going to choke on you. Do not depend on them. Sorry. You can't depend on the Clips. Anyway, that's my thing with the Thunder. I'm not worried. I believe tonight we're going to come out. We're going to make another statement. Because game one was the one they should win. Talking about they had the chance to win, and we gave them the game. They should not have beat us. And we know that. They know that. So game three is the statement game that you come out and you bust them in the mouth and let them know, hey, game one, we gave that to you. You can't beat us. And they know they can't beat us. They have to shoot. The one time they beat us this year, they were, 60-something% from the field at our place? But we're a very good road team. Why? Defense travels. When you're second in the league and giving up points, when you're first in the league and turning the opposing team over, when you're first in the league and not turning the ball over, when you're first in the league of getting your hands on deflections, when you're first in the league and stopping people from scoring on you in transitional baskets, either by you turning the ball over or you taking a long three. You're first in the league in that. Okay? You're first in the league in points in the paint, which they killed us 50 to whatever. I rebounded about 20, and then, of course, the points in the paint. That's the only way they could beat us, and the reason why they did that because we gave them the game. So we'll see how that's how it is. Is Chet going to lock up Joker? There's no locking up the Joker. There isn't. Nobody. You can only – how we beat him the other night is he had 7 or 8 turnovers. iHeart's going to guard him as always. And then I thought Jay Will came in and did a great job because Jay Will is physical enough to not let him push him around inside like he does Chet. He can push. Chet doesn't have the body weight. But Jay Will does a great job of putting his body on him and guarding him specifically because Jay Will's a big boy and he can't just go around and push him around. So I love that. So those are the two, iHeart, Jay Will, guarding him. And then Jay Will also, if Jay Will is knocking down threes, which we'll pull that up here in just a minute, if Jay Dub's knocking down threes, Angel, then that makes it a little bit harder for them to beat us simply because why? Because Jokic doesn't come out and guard. And if Jay Will is knocking down the shots, Jokic has no choice but to come out. And if he comes out, that frees up, not like anybody, he's going to block the lane, but that stops him from getting rebounds. because now you brought him out. Chet, if he guards Chet, Chet brings him out. Ihart keeps him close to the basket because Ihart's going to be at the three-point line and just in because everybody knows he's not going to shoot the ball. He's going to shoot either a floater or he's going to drive to the basket and get a dunk or alley-oop. That's what he's going to do. He's not a threat to threaten Jokic outside the thing. But once again, the defense. All these things are true. Okay. Second quarter, we're number one in the NBA in scoring. What is the one quarter that's allowed us each to take advantage of Denver? The second quarter. That's been Jokic's worst quarter against us. That's been our best quarter against them. We're also number one in scoring points in the second quarter. So those are advantages. All those things that just tell you we're number one. Taking care of the basketball, we're number one. We don't turn the ball over. We only had, 9 turnovers the other night? I mean, we don't turn the ball over, but we turn you over. We get you in fast break points. But this is the key. When Jokic gets the ball inside, I think who got a steal on him? Wiggins got a steal. I think Dort got a steal. Somebody else got a steal. When we double team him, because he tends to bring the ball, he keeps the ball low instead of up high. And when he brings it down, we've been able to steal it from him or catch him from the blind side. Because when he makes up his mind, he turns his head. He does not turn his head back the opposing way, which the offside defender, offside means this. If I'm looking this way, that's my offside. If I'm looking this way, that's my offside. So whoever the offside defender is, once he turns his head, you can slide up and steal the ball from him. So that's a difference too. It's him turning the ball over, which he did the first game, which he did last game. So we're turning him over. But if you don't put him on the free throw line and let him get in a rhythm like Tony Brothers did, then it's not going to matter. But you can't get outscored 19-9 like he did going down the stretch. But once again, if SGA comes out and aggressive and he's knocking down shots and the coach doesn't try to play them the same amount of minutes, which he does, if he will stop that nonsense, they're not the same player. But he's trying to develop J-Dub. I get it. Bro, we're trying to win a championship. Develop J-Dub next year. And I've said this before. J-Dub and SGA should be 5 to 6 minutes apart each other as far as playing time. And I've said this all day long. First quarter, fourth quarter. SGA, that's 24 minutes. Second quarter, fourth quarter, that's another 12 minutes. Okay? That's 38 to 40 minutes he should play, depending on the fourth quarter, if he's got to come in at 8 minutes or whatever, depending on what's going on. J-Dub should play, he should sit 5 minutes in the first quarter, 5 minutes in the third quarter. Okay? So that's 14 minutes for him total for those 2 quarters. Okay? Then in the second quarter and the fourth quarter, he should play the first 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes, whatever that is. So let's say 4 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm sorry, 5 minutes. Let's even give him 6. Let's say 6-minute mark. Okay, let's say so that's 12. Okay, so that puts him at 7, 14, and 12. That's 26 minutes. Then you bring him back in with 4 minutes to go or 3 minutes to go. Let's say 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That's another 6 minutes. That's how you play J-Dub. Then the Thunder will win. But when you're trying to play him the same amount of minutes, every single time we make a run on the J-Dub on the bench, I've been chronicling this for 2 years. We make a run with him on the bench. We do. Every time. And there's no way Mr. Analytical doesn't know that, but because he's trying to develop J-Dub and make him SGA, it's not going to happen. Just like you made that mistake when you tried to make Russell over KD. You already made that mistake once, and you're going to do it again? You're going to make the same mistake again, Presty? But what's happening is Dagnall is getting exposed by the national media because they're watching us more. So they're seeing how he coaches, who he plays. The more they watch us, the more he's going to be, he's going to get criticized. And right now, Sam Presti has done a great job of molding what the Oklahoma City Thunder's image is. That's over with when you play on TV. That's over with when people get to see you. That's over. You don't get to craft the narrative anymore. Now everybody's seeing you. Everybody knows what's going on. And the more they see us, the more they'll see what this guy's doing. Now, everybody loves J-Dub, but J-Dub, he's like these people trying to tell me that he played great in the first series. No, he played okay. He's not a big moments guy yet. That's not to say that he won't. But we're not going to win without him playing. Great. We won with him on the bench. We beat Boston. We beat teams without him 100%. Can we win during the season without him? Yes. Can we win the playoffs? No, I don't believe that. We have to have him step up and play. He's got to. And let's look at the numbers here for the Thunder. Okay, these are the numbers. That's what took me so long to get on today. I had a bunch of stuff I had to get done, but here's the shooting percentage in the playoffs. Okay, this is what's going on just in the playoffs. Okay, SGA averaging 29.7, 45% from the field, 27% from three, 90% from the line. Okay, J-Dub, 21 points a game, 48% from the field, 24% from three. He's got to bump that number up, and then 66% from the line. Remember, Dagnall put him on the line with the game on the line up to 7 seconds left. He put a 60% free throw shooter on the line instead of a 90. That tells you what kind of coach you got right there. Now, I'm sorry, no other coach is going to do that. No other coach is going to put SGA and not put the ball in SGA's hands at the end of a game. He is the only one that's going to watch that, period. Okay? Nobody else is going to do that but Dagnall because nobody else believes what he believes. Chet, 16 points a game. Wiggins favored off the bench, 100%. I like it when he's playing defense, not worried about offense, 100%. All I want Wiggins to do is play great defense, knock down threes when he's open, and then the tip-in dunk was nice too. 43% from the field, 40% from three, 84% from the line. I think Chet is playing fantastic. And that's not even adding blocks in there, what he's doing with the blocks. But 16, 43%, 40%, 84. Chet's been our best three-point shooter along with Isaiah Joe. Finally bumped up his numbers. Mitchell still struggling. I wish he hadn't got hurt. I think we would be much better player if it wasn't for that. I still think we need him in the second quarter. That's just me. Ihart, 10 points a game. 63% from the field, still hadn't made shot a three, hadn't made a three all year long. 75%. Love his numbers going up from the free throw line, and I think he's a better free throw shooter than he had been. But if he's shooting 60%, he can't play at the end of games because they're going to foul him. It's going to cost you a possession, so you don't want that. Wiggins, and it should be Dort, but Wiggins had it once again against Scrubs. He played great, and he got a chance to get his scoring average up. 48% from the field, 38% from three, 85% from the line. Lou Dort, which really is our fifth guy, 8.7, 33% from the field, 29 from three, 80% from the line. Lou Dort's got to be up past 29%. We're not going to win with him shooting 29% from three. Not going to happen. He needs to be in the mid to high 30s, if not 40, for us to win. And in field goal percentage, that will go up if his three-point percentage is going up because I don't want him driving to the basket and doing all that. I want Lou Dort shooting threes when he's open, playing great defense, and making free throws. I don't want him trying to create nothing. I don't want him trying to do none of that. Caruso, 8.5, 48% from the field, 41% from three, 62% from the line. Can we say to Sam Presti and picking up Caruso, what a find. What a find. It's just like I was talking about, I've been talking about the Celtics. They added Porzingis, we added Ihart. They added oh my God, my mind just went. Drew Holiday, we added Caruso. Same thing that they did 2 years ago before they won. We went to the same recipe, except they added two coaches to the veteran coaches to help their coach make the correct decisions, and we did nothing coaching wise. That's the only difference between what the Celtics did and what the Thunder did. For the Celtics to lose and then come back and win the chip, that's what they did. The Thunder added Ihart, added Caruso, same thing the Celtics did, but they did not add any veteran coaches to the bench to help him make the decisions when things get tight. Because I can promise you, veteran coaches would have told him straight up, put the ball in SGA's hands, let them foul him, and do that. And also SGA in the future, up one with the ball in your hands, got a chance to burn some time out, don't take the dunk. Dribble around, waste 3 or 4 seconds, get fouled, go to the line, make the free throws, and make it harder for them to make any decisions in the future. Just FYI. Isaiah Joe, he is the key. 8 points a game, 53% from the field, 44 from three. He is my X factor. He and Dort, but really Isaiah Joe, because if he's not making threes, we're in trouble. You haven't played him. That's my thing. And then Cason Wallace, I'm not going to talk about A.J. Mitchell because he hadn't played. These are scrub minutes, scrape points for him because he's not really playing with the starters. Cason Wallace, 4.5 points a game, 44% from the field, 33.3 from three. Both of those numbers need to go up, and he looked really, really more comfortable in game two. And I think he'll look even better in game three because we watched his development when J-Dub went down. That he just went to another level confidence-wise. I was so glad to see what Cason Wallace did for us, and he's just a beast, and I just love him. It was a great pickup by Presti again, draft pick. Love that guy. And most of your Kentucky guys can play, 100%. Jay Will, 2.7 points a game, which is fine because 55%, 50. If he can come in and knock down threes, he needs to make his free throws. He missed 2 free throws. Bro, got to make your free throws. And he has been down in his free throws lately. So when we look at the first 2 games, game 1, we lost on Monday, which we gave that to them 100%. Game 2, which is a blowout, which I did not like. I mean, I'm glad we won, but I wish it would not have been a blowout. I did not like that. I wanted the game to be closer. Tonight, ESPN, 9 o'clock. I will not be on tonight after the game. I have to go to a black tie function that I have been playing for months out in advance with upper transitions. So I'm going to that tonight, and I've already had that planned. So I will not be doing a show tonight. Well, I don't think I will. I mean, I may come on with my black tie on, or dressed up, but I doubt that. I don't. If I'm drinking, I don't believe that I come on and do the show simply because to me that's not classy. Number one, I don't think that's a cool thing to do. Number two, number three, I think that's just not what you do. If you're going to be credible, you don't go get drunk and then try to come on and explain basketball. So now, will we be watching the game? Of course, we're going to be watching the game. It's at 9 o'clock, and the function starts at 7:30. So by the time the game comes on, I will be watching the game and getting some feel for it. But I will not be. I'm not planning on doing the show tonight because of that function that I will be going to. Just FYI, everybody. And then Sunday, I have to work. There's a function that we're doing Sunday Soul Food Festival. And so, which is also they're doing a pickle festival or something like that. Anyway, so I've got to do that on Sunday. So if I come on, it'll be late because we don't get done until 6. The game's at 2:30, which the game will be over with by 5. I don't get off till 6. So if I do it, I'll probably do it at Santa Fe, do the show there. If I do it, I'll be coming on a little late. I'm gonna do the show. What I'm saying is I'll be doing the show, but I'm gonna be coming on late Sunday. So, don't expect me to be there early on time. I'm gonna be late, FYI, for Sunday afternoon. Okay. And then of course Game 5 at our spot. We don't know where it's gonna be, what time it's gonna be yet. But Game 5, they'll know after tonight. If we win tonight, we'll definitely have the Game 5. Everybody will know that, and hopefully that'll be our closeout game where we're closing the door on the Nuggets. That's my hope. You know what I'm saying? That's, to me, that's our schedule. And like I said, like tonight, I'm not going to be on. I just don't see. We're starting at 9. The game's at 9, so it'll be over 11:30, almost 12. I don't think that I'm going to. I think I'll be drunk. To be honest, okay, that's what I think. I don't think I'm going to do the show tonight, but Sunday, like I said, we'll be coming on later for After the Storm. Okay, not the Unpopular Hour, but After the Storm, our OKC Thunder post game show. I'll be coming on late Sunday. I just don't. I think I'm gonna be drinking tonight. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna be drinking, so I will not be doing the show. Sorry about that. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for, engineering, surveying, or planning, get a chance to call those guys. They can take care of if you have a building that you're doing or a complex that you're doing. They can lay it out for you and make sure everything is laid out the way it should be. You don't have to worry about flooding, worried about it being even. Also, if you have a water treatment plant in your city or your county, hit those guys up because, as we always say, who the hell does not like clean drinking water? And then Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guy Jose up. He will make sure that you are taken care of. And like I said, they can do, if you're tearing down if you bought an older home and you need some stuff hauled off to the dump, they can do that stuff for you as well. So hit our guys up over there. And then of course YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. So hit those guys up, and you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or You can go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, which we do that show once a month, every last Thursday of every month. We are there at YB doing the show. So you can come by and check us out there at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North of Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40. Can't miss it, just south of I-40 on Garth Brooks, right in front of the hospital there. Can't miss it. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. Guys, this stuff smells so good. Oh, my God. I don't care. Angel, go wherever you can go to get you some Creed. That stuff is, it's magnificent. And if it's a woman, they got great smelling perfume. It's really good. Ventus is my favorite, but they've got some new cologne that's just, it's outrageous. It is so good. And as they always tell me, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And I'm all about that. And remember, just go by any Creed location, tell them that you have watched the Matt Clark show or that the Unpopular Hour Matt Clark sent you. Just tell them that you sent me and you'll get free samples of different colognes so you can see what you like. And that's the Dillard store in Penn Square Mall, which we have a women's and a men's. And you can go in there and just tell them that Matt Clark sent you in there. If you're a woman, they'll hook you up. I'm just telling you, the stuff it's really, really good. I can promise you that. I am very bougie in the stuff that I do. Clothes I wear, cars I drive, all of that stuff. I am. Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, go by the dealers there. Town East Mall in Wichita, Kansas. Oak Park Mall in Kansas City, Missouri. Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, Arkansas. South Plains Mall, Lubbock, Texas. And the Westgate Mall there in Amarillo. Okay? Go by any of those locations, all right? And you can get you some stuff. Now, last night, there was only one game, okay, last night. The Warriors and the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves, of course, even the series, which we all thought that they would. You thought that. I thought that. We all thought that they would win the series, okay? There's nobody didn't think they were going to tie the series up. 117-93, especially no Steph Curry last night. So nobody thought that the Warriors were going to beat them again. Okay, the T-Wolves came out, Anthony Edwards came out and doing what he does, the Ant-Man, doing Ant-Man stuff. So there's no way we did not think that this was going to happen, okay? T-Wolves took care of business. Now the Warriors have to do what? Just win one game at home. So they got to do. You got to win one game at home in order to get a chance to make sure that Steph Curry is going to come back. Just one game. You have the next two at home. All you got to do is win one. Okay? All you got to do is win one. Now, that being said, I'm going to say this. Draymond Green made some comments about how he's not an angry black man and he's tired of that or whatever. Bro, now, I'm going to say this as a former player. People say stuff, okay? People say stuff all the time. Now, I don't know what was necessarily said to him, but he got threw out. He threw somebody. He got somebody thrown out. Russell Westbrook and Utah completely understand how they are there. Got threw somebody out. Also, you had LeBron because it said something about his kids. Got him thrown out. To me, people, as a fan, you're allowed to say whatever, okay? But you don't make racial slurs. You don't talk about somebody's family, their mother, their father, their kids. Those things are off limits. Period. Those things are off limits. Okay? You can't drop the N-word, or you can't say you can't make it like that. Now, if you want to say he's a bum and he doesn't do this, or she's terrible, or she's that, like Caitlin Clark going after her because she's white. I mean, stop it. Caitlin Clark can play. Draymond Green is a very good player. He says he's one of the best defensive players of all time. Now, I'm out on Steve Kerr talking about he's the greatest defensive player he's ever seen. He's out of his mind, because he played with Dennis Rodman, he played with Michael Jordan, he played with a bunch of different guys. Okay, he played with Scottie Pippen, and you don't call him the greatest defensive player of all time? Come on now, you stop it. Is he really good at what he does? Yes, but Draymond brings this stuff on himself. Okay. You can't flail and hit people in the mouth and kick people in the balls. As we all know in Oklahoma City, how many times did we see him kick Steven Adams in the balls? 2-3 times. He did it twice. Nothing ever happened to him. Draymond Green is the most get away with stuff than anybody I've ever seen in the league. Now, he sits there and talk about how he's a victim. Dude, you bring this on yourself now. Being called an angry black man, now I'm with you, and I'm going to say an angry man who happens to be black. You play like that. You play like an angry man who happens to be black. Because to me, there's a difference. All right? So to me, I get that part of it. But how many times you've got what? What did they say? You have 17 more technicals than anybody, than the closest person to you playing right now since 2013. You have 37. The closest one to you has 22. You have 37. You have what? 7 and 5 and 9 games, 2 flagrants. He does it on purpose. He slaps you and he does all that on purpose and acts like he doesn't. Yes, you do. You do it on purpose to try to intimidate people. That's why you do it. That's why you do it. You're an old school mentality in a new school game. The problem is in old school, you did that to one of them, you're going to get hit in the damn mouth. Okay? I can promise you. You're going to get hit in the mouth. You slow your hand, you slap me on the back of the head, you slap me in the mouth, I'm knocking your ass out. I'm punching you in the damn face. That's what the hell I'm doing. You ain't going to hit me like that. You ain't going to do that. But now today, they can't do it. But back when we played, you punch me in the mouth, I'm punching you in the mouth. You slap me upside the head, I'm slapping you upside the head. Well, you're not going to do me like that. But that's what he does. He's an old school mentality in a new school game, and the officials let him get away with more. We watched the game the other night. The one game was here, and the commander and I were sitting in the stands looking at each other like, and he said, that's the only guy that gets away with that. He's the only guy that can get teed up, flagrant one, and then come over and yell at the referee. He's the only one because no referee wants to be the one that throws him out because they know that the last time that happened, he cost the Warriors a championship and gave, or what I forget what Stephen A. calls it, his, I forget what he called it when the NBA suspended him or whatever. I forget what he calls it, something that LeBron got a free pass to win that championship, which he did. If he doesn't get thrown out in Game 5, the Warriors beat the Cavaliers in 5, and I can tell you KD does not go to them. I can promise you that. But what happened was because they won, that gave them the mentality that we can beat them. So the Warriors brought in KD to swell all that, and they played him 2 more years in the finals. KD was the MVP. And I tell people, you can run your mouth all you want to about KD. He got to the best team, and he was the best player on the best team, without question. Without question, he was the best player on the best team. Without question. He was the best player on our team, even though Oklahoma City thought it was Russell. Even though Oklahoma City fans thought it was Russell. Golden State fans didn't think that. Golden State players didn't think that either. He was the best player in the league. He went to the best team and was the best player on the best team. Oklahoma City, they think Russell was the best player. That's the difference between a winning mentality and a team that's let's make the playoffs every year. That's the difference. I can promise you, if he was in L.A., he would have never left. Russell would have left before KD. If he's in Golden State, Russell's leaving before KD. Boston, Russell's leaving before KD. Nobody with any sense, with any kind of understanding of basketball would let KD leave for keep Russell. Russell, you got to go. He got rid of the coach, Scott Brooks. He got rid of Harden. He got rid of KD. He got rid of Ibaka. He got rid of Reggie Jackson because of him. And then fans give him a standing ovation. Really? Angel says that's why Isaiah Stewart is one of my favorite players. Okay, first of all, Draymond's not slapping Isaiah Stewart. He ain't doing that. He ain't slapping Isaiah Stewart in the face. He ain't hit him on the back of the head. He ain't grabbing his legs as he's trying to run off and scissor tail him and all that. He ain't doing none of that. He ain't stepping on his chest. He ain't doing none of that because Isaiah Stewart will knock his ass out. So my point is this. Draymond, whatever that guy said to you, now do I condone that? No, hell no. You can't talk to people like that. I'm a fan. I'm with you 100% on that, bro. On the flip side of that, I can't get down with you being able to talk to officials the way you do. Your ass should be thrown out of so many games. And like I've said before, if officials would have done that to him, he wouldn't do this now. But they allow him to be this way. And as I've always said, whatever you are, the NBA lets you be that way. There's guys who travel with the basketball more to make their move. Kareem used to do 3 steps all the time to get in rhythm on his skyhook. Not all the time, but a lot of times he'd do it. They let him go. Dr. J sometimes would take 3 steps. They let it go. Larry Bird would sometimes shuffle his feet. They let it go. Magic Johnson would palm the ball sometimes. They let it go. Because that's what happens. Okay? That's what happens. Whatever your thing is, like SJ, when he sticks his shoulder into the defender, pops back, that's what he does. If you do the same thing over and over and over, then the NBA says, that's your deal. We're going to let it go. Okay? They are. It's like me. When I used to go up back in the day, I stick my elbow right here. Boom! Bump you not really hard, but just turn enough that when I turn, I'm going to hit you there and you're going to go, and then your arms are going to come down automatically. And I'm going to get a foul call. But it's a little bit of things that I did that officials saw me play. They're like, okay, that's Matt's move. That's what he does. It's like Randy Wright, the commander. I can't take it a number of times. I see him on somebody, and he'd stick his hands here and grab their jersey and pull them down on top of them, and they'd call a charge. I'm like, if I tried that, I couldn't get away with that. But that was part of his deal. His being sneakiness, not sneaky is not a good word. His ability to be, to get away with it, to be slick, to be sly, to be able to do that over and over and over. I can't tell you number of times he would. And it's funny now to me, but I would just laugh at guys like, yeah, he's done that to me too when I played against him. So, yeah, but he's on my team. So I'm really a part of it. But playing against the guy, oh, no, it was ridiculous. It's like, man, how do you get away with that? He did that all through junior high. He did it through high school. He did it through college, which is why he was the Oklahoma High School Player of the year before I was. That's what he did. It was frustrating opposing teams, and he did that all the time. But that's his thing. Everybody has something that they do. And I've talked about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They don't have a go-to move at the end of games. To me, Jason Tatum, if you're going boom, boom, when you got that guy going hard, pull up at the elbow, knock down that jump shot. Okay? But you didn't do that. So, to me, those are the easy things that for somebody to be able to do. But he did not do it. Okay? And so, he doesn't have one. Jaylen Brown doesn't have one. You got to have your go-to move. SGA has one. KD had one. Bird had one. Magic had one. Kareem had one. Michael Jordan had one. Kobe had one. Steve Smith, I don't remember who he was, played at Michigan State. He had one. Grant Hill had a go-to move. You have to have, mine was get you in the middle, cross you over, fade away from the middle of the lane. That was my go-to. I know that you cannot go in the same direction twice. I had my go-to move. You have to have a go-to play or a go-to move at the end of games to close games out. You got to have it. He did not, and it cost him. Jason Tatum is a fantastic player, but you got to have a go-to move, and he doesn't have one, and that's the problem. Now, what do I think about the series? And we're going to go over now. Let's go ahead and look at the playoff bracket so we can break it down. Here is the playoff bracket. And now as it stands as of today, okay, the Thunder and Warriors 1-1. T-Wolves Warriors 1-1. Cavaliers, the Pistons, Pacers, lead 2-0. Okay? And then the Knicks and the Celtics 2-0, the Knicks lead. So when I look at this and I'm break it down, okay, and I'll break down ours first. Let's break down the Cavaliers and Pacers first. I'll leave the best for last. That's us. We're the best. Cavaliers, Pacers. I'm a huge Halliburton fan. But the Cavaliers are going to play all three guys tonight. Now, how well they're going to do, I don't know because they're still sick. But the Pacers are a very good team. The Cavaliers are struggling with everybody being hurt. Now, if the Cavaliers were full strength, I believe it's 2-0 or 1-1 minimum. Okay? It's 2-0 Cavaliers or 1-1 Pacers. But because the Cavaliers are struggling health-wise and they've got players who are hurt, that gives the advantage. Now, Game 3, remember what I said. Games 1, Games 3, Games 5. Game 3 is important in this. When you look at the Knicks and the Celtics, I believe the Cavaliers, if they're playing anybody, they should come back and win tonight. And then when I look at the Knicks and Celtics, the Celtics, they should be up 2-0. They gave away 2 games. The Knicks got lucky and won. Okay? Knicks got lucky and won, but I do believe the Celtics will handle the business in the Madison Square Garden. And somebody said, "Is it the best place to watch a basketball game?" MSG, Madison Square Garden, is the mecca of basketball. There is no arena like Madison Square Garden. Period. There's no arena like Madison Square Garden. And that's going to be great. Cannot wait to see that on Saturday tomorrow. Then, okay, let's look at the Timberwolves and Warriors. The Warriors got what they wanted game one. Steph is hurt. He's going to be gone for games 3, 4, and 5. Maybe back for 6. We'll see. But the Warriors have to win a game, which means Jimmy Butler has to step up and be Jimmy playoff Butler. He's got to, or they're not going to win. They've got to win one game and hopefully get Steph back for game 6 and 7. Got to. And the Timberwolves do not play that great on the road, which allows the Warriors to be able to steal one if possible. But we shall see. My guess is the Warriors probably win Game 3 Saturday. That's my guess. I think the Timberwolves need to come out. Anthony Edwards need to come out and insert himself. And if he's aggressive, the T-Wolves should win. The T-Wolves should beat them in 5 or 6. But if they win one game, the T-Wolves are going to be in trouble. Because the energy that Steph Curry is going to bring them is going to get them in trouble. Now, the most important, Thunder and Nuggets. Thunder and Nuggets. And let's look at the schedule, okay? The Thunder Nuggets. The Nuggets are plus 4.5, so the Thunder are plus 5.5, minus 4.5 point favorites. 232.5 is the over-under. Okay, remember I told you about the Pacers and the Cavs. Everybody thinks the Cavs are going to win, just like I said. But the Thunder and the Nuggets, the Thunder have to come out. I think the Thunder have to come out and assert themselves right away, which means SGA, come out, be aggressive from the beginning. Don't do like you normally do. Sit around and wait for all these guys, J-Dub, to go to the bench before you get aggressive. Hell with that. You come out, you bust them in the mouth early. You let everybody else relax. Let J-Dub relax, even though I know Dagnall's going to run a play for J-Dub straight off the bat like he always does. So SGA come out. The hell with what he's talking about, the coach. You come out, you bust them in the mouth early, you get going early, then everybody else will come in and feed Ron what you're doing. Everybody else will come in and feed what you're doing. J-Dub will play at ease. Chet will play at ease. Dort will play at ease. Ihart will play at ease. Kaysen, when he comes in, he'll play at ease. Caruso will play at ease when he gets in. Wiggins will play at ease when he gets in. Isaiah Joe will play at ease when they get in. So if you come out and you establish yourself right away, that's going to make all the difference with what the Thunder can and can't do tonight. But once again, it starts with SGA and what he does. If he comes out aggressive, everybody else comes out aggressive. That's how it works. If he does what he's supposed to do, which I believe that he will, okay? I believe that he will come out. I believe that he'll do what he needs to do to get us going. And if he does, they're not beating us, okay? They're not beating us. We will win this game. We will win because there's no way that they're going to beat us simply because of what we're capable of doing. Okay, it's not going to happen. All right, it's not going to happen. Okay, my guy Russell is leaving me a message. Okay, I've got these overalls that I'm doing, and I'm waiting on him to finish that stuff up for me. So that's what I was reading. Sorry about that. But anyway, SGA come out and let everybody else relax. And if everybody else does that, we'll be fine. But do I think we'll win tonight? Yes. Like I said after game 1, I believe we'll win 4 out of the next 5. Okay? I believe we'll win 4 out of the next 5, if not 4 in a row. If we win tonight, then I believe we can win game 4 and then come back and close them out in game 5. I believe we'll close them out in game 6 no matter what. But, we have a chance to win 4 out of the next 5, which that's what I had said. We've already won 1, and I think we have a chance to come out and do that. That's what I believe. I think we can do that. So, that being said, hey, tonight, 9 o'clock, big game tonight on ESPN, or is it on TNT? What was it on? Let me see. Let's go back to that so I can give you the correct deal. Let me see. We are on ESPN tonight, 9 o'clock. Thunder versus Nuggets, 6:30 game. Cavaliers at Pacers, which, like I said, I believe the Cavaliers should win if everybody is completely healthy. If Darius Garland is playing and he's back healthy, I believe that they will beat them tonight. If he's not and they're not fully healthy, then I believe the Pacers could go up 3-0 and put a stranglehold on the series and in that. So that's the way I look at it, but we shall see what's going to happen with us. I believe we will win tonight. we will come back and we will do what we need to do to them because I don't think that they have the ability to keep up with what we're trying to do and what we're capable of doing defensively and offensively. But like I said, if Shea comes out, establishes himself right away, Dort's knocking down shots. When Isaiah comes in, if he's Isaiah Joe, if he's knocking down threes, you're not going to beat us. If Joe's knocking down threes, if Dort's knocking down threes, any of that. But remember, SJ went 11 for 13 after having a bad shoot night. 11 for 13. He was on. Okay, he's on. He is the best player, and until the Thunder realize who the hell the best player is, we're going to be in trouble. But I still think we're going to win tonight. Like I said, after game one, I thought we'd win 4 out of the next 5. But I believe like I said, games 2 and 3, I thought we'd win. Games 5 and 6, we'd win. If we win game 4, we're going to close them out when we come back here. Because they know damn well that if they're up 3-1, the Nuggets know if they're down 3-1 playing us at home, they don't have a prayer. Especially playing every other day, it's going to be over. They know that, we know that. That's why tonight is a big game. And what I've always said is games 1, 3, and 5. Game 3 is the time to decide. If you're up 2, your home team, you've won 2 games at home, you got to win game 3. If you're down 2-0, you got to win game 3. If you've given away home court advantage like we did, you got to win game 3. If you took home court advantage, you got to win game 3. Game 3 is the deciding factor in game 5. So games 3 and 5 are the deciding factors on what happens with who does what. Okay? So that's kind of where I look at it, but I do believe we are going to win. I do believe we're going to get done what the hell we need to get done tonight. So that being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day. Stay warm and be cool. Remember, we will not have a show tonight because I will be drinking. I have to go to the Edwards transition function tonight. Because like I said, I love what they do. And what they do is, if you want to donate to them in any kind of way, what they do is they have homeless families who, like a family, like say you lost your job, both parents lost their job, they lost their house, they have to move into the shelter. What they do is they help these families get out of homelessness by paying all their deposits for them so that they can pay. Because a lot of times these people, they have jobs, they get jobs after they got fired, but they don't have enough to pay the deposit for lights, the deposit for gas, the deposits for water. So they do all that to make sure these people can get a fresh start and get their little kids out of a homeless shelter but back into a home so they can thrive and be great. So that's what I'm doing tonight. That's been on the plan for a while. So that being said, fantastic day. Have